What do you think about like another thing that comes up a lot in science fiction and fantasy is this idea of the soul being attached to the biology more than being attached to consciousness. So like cloning is often thought of as a very bad sin. Soulless.
Yeah.
In consciousness, like mapping onto other things is thought as a soulless as well. And I've found that interesting because I've never really considered the soul being in the body. Like if you lose an arm, I don't think you're like a quarter down, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Like if somebody has a heart transplant, are they no soul? Are they like
yeah.
gingers now, or like how does that work?
Dude, I got no idea. My head goes to Harry Potter with the Horcruxes. I think that's a great example of
Fracturing your soul.
fracturing your soul through evil deeds. I think that is way more likely how things work spiritually than cutting off the arm and losing 1/7 of your soul. But
Yeah.
all right, I've murdered that too. Okay, 1/7 of my soul is gone now. Like, that feels right.
So even just like cloning more is like you're fractionalizing that as well.
Well, I don't know would you think of it as fractionalizing, or would you think of it as the original still has the whole soul and now you've created something soulless?
This is one thing I actually have been thinking about a lot internally this last week is if we were, let's just assume a religious standpoint, if we were made in the image of God, wouldn't anything we make, like AI, be in the image of God as well? Just because everything we do is in the image of it?
I think
It could be like a degraded, like maybe the quality's lower.
Yeah, I think the argument on the other side of that would be the devil is also powerful in this life. And how do you know? But I could be wrong. And then there's an interesting one with clones and Star Wars. I think it's the second one where Obi-Wan visits, I forget what planet it is and whatnot, but I think it's Jango Fett who's there. And it's trippy it could be a different one, but I think it's Jango. And it's Jango and his clone Jango, who's like 5, 6. That was trippy to me because you see the clone growing up and Obi-Wan and his clone father, who's not actually the clone, but the actual Jango Fett, essentially getting a huge fight. And I think Obi-Wan kills him. And the clone child sees that, and it shows him becoming essentially this growing hatred towards the Jedi and Obi-Wan and whatnot. And it makes you think like that. Does he have a soul? Like, is he? And it asks that question in a really interesting way.
I can't. There's this book that I read when I was maybe like fourth or sixth grade that, it was this person would like breed clones and they would be like of themselves and then would raise them as their kids.
To your question or your kind of thesis earlier that sci-fi is a self-fulfilling prophecy, I think we're at the point where a lot of sci-fi is now not sci-fi with AI stuff, but the afterward, like things like clones are still sci-fi, I think. And do you think that we get there because of it's so popular in sci-fi literature and whatnot?
I really do think so. Like, I think 100%. I don't think people are just sitting around like just finished beating off and they're like, yo, let's make another of me, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it took somebody to be like, huh, that's wild. And then it existed in like the zeitgeist for a while.
Yeah.
And then my pledge son's mom was at UC Davis and was like, fuck it, let's make another cow.
Yeah.
And she did, which is cool.
And then you get into a human population collapse just internally from low birth rates. You need workers.
Yeah. Yeah, can we clone people faster than we can build batteries for the robots?
Yeah, that, and you know, if we're all fighting each other, I'd rather not go to war myself. But if my clone does,
fuck him, dude.
That's all right.
I mean, I have a clone already. Like Athena looks exactly like I did as a kid. It's crazy. I don't want her to go to war. You
probably care for her a little bit.
Yeah,
more
I don't want her to go to war. Yeah. Do you like interact with LLMs?
Yeah, for sure.